Good morning. It is 7:18 Eastern Standard Time. And sorry to say, my video still has a strike against it. So now it is time to voice what happened in the last 72 hours. I do not enjoy doing this. In fact, I have made a statement that nobody's going to win through this process. So let me explain to you what a copyright strike does. When a person makes a claim against you, be it true or false, be it any kind of way, YouTube's going to respond immediately because they don't want to be part of that lawsuit. They don't want to be part of breaking an international law of not recognizing other people's brands or copyrights. So what makes a copyright is one of the determinations, but this goes beyond that. So this complaint was filed not because I violated his copyright laws. And I'm going to show you in his emails where he even admits that. I'm going to show you in our correspondence back and forth that he did this because he didn't like what I said about another subject on his page. And I did criticize him. And is that not what comments do? Now, in my defense, EK1 Gaming has a history of bashing WIDs, Massive, and anybody that doesn't agree with him. I would love anybody to show me any video where he's ever admitted that he was wrong. We all make mistakes, but we are journalists and we are content creators, and we have a right and we have a duty to do that to the best of our knowledge, best of our ability. We cannot enter a theater and yell fire when there's no fire. This is malice. This is libel. And you just can't run around and use rules to bully people. So this is my defense, my public defense, which I'm going to file live right here, all this to YouTube. Now, let's go over here and look at this. Now, what happened Wednesday when I posted a video about a lawyer, Hog Law, on his website and said, hey, here's some new information about the problem with Ubisoft's agreement. Yes, it's vague, and the lawyer says so, but maybe you should have checked your facts a little bit more before you started saying the sky is falling and run around like Chicken Little. And people were actually deleting this game because I'm not going to have Ubisoft own my soul, like Upper Echelon said. But see, when you watch Upper Echelon's video, he says, I'm not a lawyer, and I may be wrong on this. Kudos to him. And kudos to all three people that made videos that I've seen. There might be more out there. Born to Game, check him out. EK1, go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and check his video out about this subject. Those are awesome. And again, I will give props to each and every one, including EK Gaming, for making a video so we understand that there were some shenanigans looked like they were going on. I was mad Wednesday morning when I was reading all the stuff from Tuesday night. And I was really upset. But instead of me posting another Retraction or my view on the whole thing, I said, man, I need to research this. So I started researching it. And some of you have seen the retraction video. Some of you have been pointed into the direction of HOEG Law. He's a real lawyer in Michigan, here in the United States. And in the video, he explains why, in his expert opinion, that upper echelon gaming, while his investigation or pointing to that this may not be right, was a good reaction and should be applauded. Now, where the problem began was I made the statement, and I'm going to show you the emails later on in this video. I made the statement that he went off half-baked. Not that he was half-baked, but his actions were half-baked and not researched. He just got on, turned on the camera, and said, look at this. Here's the terms of service. Now, he does say that he made conversations with Massive. Love to see that email. I would love to see his correspondence with that. And I'm going to accept that it's there. I'm not calling him a liar, because I have no facts to prove that. Okay? But he said he had conversations with Massive, and they said, great, cool. And it made it sound very bad. But we also got the state of the game, and they kind of addressed this at the state of the game, what was going on. And they said, this doesn't affect you guys. Our game doesn't, we don't upload stuff into Division 2. We don't put our face, our real face, and upload it and it become part of our character. Like something that's happening on August 15th. Now, that may be something like Valhalla that's coming out. Maybe August 15th is the release date. So they need us, everybody uses a Ubisoft game, to check the box. You agree with this, because now we have to change the rules because of this game. It doesn't affect the other games. Now, other things like helping a large character, helping a lower character, and you can get banned for that. Yes, that sounds ominous. And I was mad. I was mad at Massive. And I was one of those ones that said, you know, I'm going to quit making content. I'm going to leave Division. Assassin's Creed, I have every one of them. I'm going to quit playing that. I'm not going to buy the new one. I was upset. But I did my research. I found Hoglaw's video. I found some other contacts. I tweeted some of the guys at Massive, and a few of them responded, man, we don't know any of this stuff, how it affects us. You can't use my name. I'm off the record. And being a journalist, I'm going to keep that where it is. I'm not going to make that person and some of the inferred stuff from a second person public. Sorry, I can't do that. That's journalistic integrity. They said it was off the record, and it is off the record. But it was confirmed at Massive that all this issues weren't for anything in the game. We have a system to help each other. So let's get to what happened. So because of that, there's a conversation that ensued. And again, I'm going to try to pull up all those emails. I got to find each and every one because they were sent through YouTube and they were public. And it was taken down. He took it down. I can't find it on his page. He took it down. He erased all of that. And now he's claiming that I was bashing him. And because I bashed him, he pulled this stunt. It's not because it was copyrighted. The items that were under question do have his logo on it. But he knew about it. I sent him how this program was going to work, the top 13 content creators showcase was going to work back on week 4. This is week 12. This is 2 months later. During that time, he has appeared twice in the countdown. Week 5, week 9. Week 9, as soon as we had this conversation, I said, so you don't want to be part of the showcase anymore? You're telling me you don't have consent? He wouldn't answer me. I've asked a few times. Now again, we're going to pull these videos up. We're going to show you the evidence, raw and clear. And during that time, I'm just going to show you what happened. I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to put my 2 cents or my spin on it. I want the truth to set you free. I want the truth to set this situation free. So here's what happens when somebody does this and tags your account. Now this isn't the only video that was tagged. I had another video by him, which he admits he did 2 videos. One for a copyright infringement, and he nailed another one, and he flagged another one on my account for inappropriate. Now I've got that back. I fought that one, and I've already won that case from YouTube. It was just a 15-second video that I use on all my videos. It's my intro. It's a uncopyrighted, free to share video picture that mass produced and told us we all can use. And I put another free picture from Massive on top of it. At that point, it becomes a unique artwork because I blended the 2 together. It's like a wrap. You know, once you put stuff together, then you become part of that process. Okay? And because both of them are free, that's not copyrightable. A penalty. You know, it's all good. So then the second part of it has a animated bear's clawing his way out. Kind of looks like he's clawing out the screen. I know it's not, you know, Steven Spielberg quality, but I don't have that money. I'm a new content creator. I've been doing this 4 months, but I've been playing this game, and I've been playing games for 20, 30 years now. I am 54 years old and shouldn't have to fight with people that are doing what he's done this week. So here it is. When you get a copyright strike like this, what happened Wednesday was all 3 of my channels were dead. I couldn't do anything. And as it says, debuting, okay, my options was to do nothing, and the strike after 90 days expires after 90 days, and after you complete copyright school. So I get on there, and the reason why I even knew this was happening is I was downloading a video on another channel. It's a religious channel where I do my Bible classes on Wednesday. And I was uploading a chapter in the Bible to give to church because nobody can go to church right now. COVID-19 hits. And because I live in a city that some of you have seen nationally, I have a pork plant by the name of Tyson 4.5 blocks away from me, and they've had over 1,000 cases. So it's went viral here in the United States that we are a hotbed in my state, in my city, where other places in this whole entire state is walking around with different restrictions. We're under big restrictions because of that plant, because of the 1,000 positive cases just 4 blocks away from my very location that I sit right now. So because of that, we haven't been able to meet in church. So the only way that we can conduct a Bible class is me uploading the videos so people can watch it and we can discuss it live at 6 o'clock. Now, again, this is Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm getting ready to make the video. I've made the video. I'm uploading it so it goes live at 6 o'clock. And it says denied. I'm like, what? So I get on the page and it says another account has been suspended, which suspends all accounts. So I get on the Bear Buyers account, the Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers account. and this is what I see. So I'm frantic. I'm literally in tears. I'm an emotional wreck because I didn't believe in the power of things are going to be all right no matter what. I let emotions get to me, and I confided in a friend of mine, which happens to be a content creator. According to EK1 Gaming, I guess he's a small content creator, so 20,000 or 19,000 subscribers is a small content creator. I guess that's his jab at him. And in that conversation, he asked me, he said, I want to see. So I sent him what was going on in my channel. And at this time, I'm frantic because I can't access anything on here. I can't upload anything, and I can still see my videos, but week 9 is gone. And my intro is gone. And I have 3 other videos that have gotten comments on them that are in not appropriate. So I take the non-appropriate comments down. They're gone. And I come back in here. So I read this. You can do nothing, and the strike disappears in 90 days as long as you've completed Copyright School. So I clicked on this Copyright School. So Copyright School, it consists of watching a video to explain the different rules, and it has a question, and you have to take a test on, is this true, is this not true? And of course, I passed it completely. At that time, my channel allowed me to upload new videos, okay? But because I have never experienced any of this has now taken hours into the process, meaning I'm trying to figure out why, I'm trying to, go through and find out why I did this. I go back and I'm trying to pull up videos and our conversations from April. Well, the conversation we originally had was in my email, and that lasts 60 days. So I'm kind of at a loss that I have this agreement with him that he knew about the use of his logo in this promotion, and that he knowingly accepted that, didn't do anything about it, in fact was okay with it. Where he wasn't okay is when I didn't walk lockstep on being his fanboy. When I disagreed with him this week over a video that had nothing to do with the use or unuse of that. Now, he has a right to say, dude, if you're going to badmouth me, I don't want nothing to do with anything you do. And he has that right. And I would take everything down. In fact, this very day before he hit this, I was already taking down every video. Because now I realized I needed to protect myself. I needed the same legalese that he was complaining about that Ubisoft has to do. The same mumbo jumbo that lawyers have to do and people have to do to protect their property against false claims like this. If you click on this right here, the next step is called request a retraction. It says you can contact the claimant directly and ask them to withdraw the complaint. So that's what I did. And we're going to show you the correspondence on that. And during this correspondence, he admits, or somebody admits, as I make official contact through YouTube channels, which should have been directly to him, not a third party. He claims in these correspondence that a third party is the one that made the strike, not him. That is a violation of the terms of service. This is your channel. You are responsible for doing that. Now, I understand powers of attorney and all that. And I'm sure my lawyer, when it gets that, if it gets that far, and when it gets that far, because I don't believe he's going to ever retract this, this is going to be a complete and utter legal fight. And I plan and have already taken steps to make that happen. I have also checked in on Friday. If it comes this far, that actual legal and criminal charges be charged for cyberbullying, false claims, and fraud be filed against one EK1 Gaming and his, now it looks like his group. It's just not him, according to his emails. I did give him the alternative in this complaint, and you will see my correspondence with him, that I asked him very nicely, hey, can we just go our separate ways? I won't ever mention your name again. I won't do any of this. I'll let you live your life. I'll forget you exist. You will not be any part of anything I do, nor any discussion of what I do. And you can do vice versa. And we can do that. We can leave each other alone. You're a big boy. I'm completely off your radar. There's no way that, in his correspondence, he claimed that I've done no harm to his page, that I could never, there was no possibility that any of my actions could ever do him any harm. So now we have him saying that he knew about it. We have him saying there's no harm done. We have him saying and admitting that the reason he did this was not because of copyright violations, but it's because I got on his website and did not agree with him. And again, I use the words half-baked, not researched. I did. I used these words. But it was of his actions, not him. When I got back and I got up early in the morning to make my run Saturday morning, I was greeted by a lot of emails. I had 20 extra subs that day. And I had a lot of people mentioning the unnamed person at that time, is what I called him, by name. So I wondered what happened. So I get on our Discord and it's blown up. My good friend and confidant had confronted Mr. EK1 Gaming, and we'll show you some of that evidence too, not on my behalf. I guess as a vengeful thing, he's had run-ins with him as well, and he felt this was unjust, and he took it on himself to confront him, and that didn't go well. He got banned, got taken off. The post he made that showed what EK did, because he claimed that he did not take my video down. He claimed that he just made the complaint, and what YouTube does is what YouTube does. And it clearly states on the notice that I got in my email from YouTube that this is a direct request to take the video down because of copyright violations. So in our correspondence Saturday morning, he responded, I was going to give back your video. I was going to retract my complaint. If I was using his stuff without his permission, why would he ever take back a copyright complaint? Why would he ever do that? Why would he ever consider doing that? If I violated his stuff without his permission and knowledge, why would he even think about not retracting that? Because he's a good guy, maybe. Okay, we'll go with that. He's being a nice guy. He's going to say, dude, you're not hurting me. Maybe, maybe one or two people actually, get, hey, I heard you did good on this loser's page over here, because he only has 100 subscribers back in week 4. This guy that's completely off the radar made this thing, and he's doing it so he can use E1K Gaming to better his channel. Every content creator that I know makes content is on that showcase. I mentioned every one of them. So let me switch modes here. I'm going to take you to my Excel. This is the stats for week 10. These are all the content creators that I know that have made any kind of division video ever. Mostly Division 2. Some Division 1 guys might not be on here because they just don't make them, and it's been 2 or 3 years. They may not be on here. Okay, I'll concede that. And if I haven't found you, those aren't on here. Okay, so this is week 10 stats. And this is what I do. I take Sunday night, Monday morning, I get up early before I go to work. And I'm constantly, I have to get on each person's check and see all the videos they did that week. Then I have to put them in these different categories. Okay, he did a guide video, he did 4 build videos, he did 5 vendor resets, so he did 10 videos, and there's a point system on here for how important each one is and affects you, the players. And then that point system is assigned down here, and it is rated. It is not, I like vibes, and I do love vibes. Stuff he's doing is awesome. The stuff he does for his subs is awesome. Okay? And I like vibes, so he's number 1. No, it doesn't work that way. If vibes don't make enough videos to be in the top 13, he's not in the top 13. Let's get back to the channel. In this process, I find myself in a situation where he's saying, because of the actions of my friend, that I call friend, because he's been a confidant, and because he has been featured number 1 4 out of 5 weeks on my channel, he likes that channel even more because it's helping him. He can take that channel and go to any of his sponsors or potential sponsors and show them, here's the statistics. I am the busiest content creator in the last month on YouTube. That's a sellable point. That can help his sponsors pay him for advertising on his channel. EK1 Gaming don't get that. My work that I put in on Sunday and Monday in a reporting fashion, straightforward, non-subjective fashion, to feature every content creator he's using against me because I used his icon. Now, again, let's go back to the facts. The facts are, he didn't do it because it was a copyright violation. That was just what he could use against me. He nailed another one of my videos for inappropriateness because he could. He flagged it. I fought it. They reviewed it. It took them 4 days to review it. And I have it back. It's back on my channel. So now I'm just losing this video. Which, of course, this video, even if he pulls it, does never come back to the public view. Because as it is now. How this was going to work is this video has made me, and this action has made me now have to get in writing from each one of these content creators, all 198 content creators that have said yes, or you seen their stuff on the channel and said, yeah, I don't mind, you know, hey, I don't care, you know, you're helping me out, that's okay, you know, or yeah, whatever. But nobody has ever said no. No, you can't feature me. No, I can't use that. You know, it'd be great if, you know, I could understand if somebody like Kamikaze Man Doom says, I have a exclusive contract with this person and I cannot have my likeness on any other channel. So, no, you can't use my likeness. So I could still do it. I could use his name and say Kamikaze Man Doom was number 1 this week, but I couldn't use his icon because I don't have his permission because it's his sole property if it's trademarked. I think there's somebody like example TM. It actually says trademark right there on his logo. Now, I will take it. I will take it, and if it gets that far to the legalese and nobody can see through what seems to be to me a clear example of why he did it, his motive behind it, and that it was sure bullyingness because he didn't like what I had to say, and it it was a discussion and about his being correct. And I think there was a point where I even asked him, have you ever admitted that you were wrong on anything? And I think I asked him back in the glitch days, did you ever apologize to the people that got banned? You told them you would not get banned. It's good. Go ahead and do it. They've never banned anybody, which is correct. They hadn't banned anybody for stuff unless you pulled some program out of the thing or changed their coding. That kind of stuff, of course, is always bannable, and nobody's going to tolerate that. And he is correct. And I had a number of people. I had a very good player friend of mine, Raging Dragon 4, that actually got me off that discussion. And me and EK1 Game had a discussion back in week 4, 5, something like that, about the glitch. And I said, you're leading people down the way. There are stuff coming out of Massive, and some of the things that they're talking about in State of the Game is mentioning what you can and can't do. Doing target practice and failing on purpose is an exploit, and we can ban you. They said that. They said that if you fail on purpose. So there's a video that EK1 Gaming goes, okay, don't fail on purpose. So during a point where he's beat a boss, he decides that he's going to call WIDS in this video. And during that time, his character gets killed. Oops! Yeah, he plays by the rules. Well, he missed with the wrong Marine here. And no, I wasn't a Marine. I was in the Air Force. 12 years. Jack Nicholson, A Few Good Men, for anybody that loves quotes. Anyway, I digress. So now we're at this point. So I have to submit a counter-strike. Now, can I prove that this is not copyright infringement? Yeah, thankfully, from his emails, I'm pretty sure most judges and lawyers can determine that he has admitted that he knowingly knew that this was happening, that he actually told his general manager, if you believe that, not to take any action, that it was okay. In fact, the program was well thought out, original. I don't think he used the word original. Well, again, I'll show you those emails later, and you can see that for yourself, what he said and what his general manager said. If I lose this process, he owns my video. He gets to own my video. Now, if I was monetized like, say, WIDS or Nothing But Skills, or even Gamey Daddy, Jetforth Gaming, any of these, and he pulls this stunt, all the money that you've made off that video, say it's got 100,000 hits, okay, so that is produced $100, say, okay, or say that you make $5 for every 1,000 videos that is viewed. So say you make $500 off that video, and you lose your sponsors because of the embarrassment of this, which has happened. You can watch that happening on Upper Echelon Gaming talks about this. Hogue Law, please subscribe to any of these guys that I'm mentioning. Hogue Law, I love that. I found it this week in my research against the Ubisoft thing, and that was refreshing. And I think anybody that is involved with virtual reality or gaming needs to, subscribe to him. Check him out. I don't know how much I've sent his way, but I've tried to send a lot of people his way. I even got an email from him. I asked him, can I build you up? Can I point people in your direction? Because your videos have been awesome. And this one really hits home. I had no idea within 24 hours I would actually need his to employ him. didn't even think that was possible. But I even jokingly said, hey, if I ever need something, hey, how much would you charge to help if something would happen? Just to know. Well, hey, contact me, email me, we'll talk about a price. We'll talk about, a service to be on retainer or whatever in case something would ever happen to your channel. Yeah. That actually happened. Irony, isn't it? Best served cold. So here it is. The next process is counter notification, is a legal request asking YouTube to reinstate the video that has been incorrectly removed for copyright infringement. Now, because I'm never going to repost it publicly, in fact, once I've redone it without him in the statistics, he will only go as the unnamed person from now on. I am not going to exclude his stats. He is a content creator for Division 2. I'll include his stats up until the time that he loses his channel. Because, as you can see, these kind of shenanigans actually borderline on fraud. Actually become cyberbullying when you start using the system to punish people because they don't say what you want them to say. Now, should I get on somebody else's video and disagree with them when they have 50,000 subs? It's going to jump all over my case. Probably not the wisest thing for me to do, but at the time when I first went to the page, I really did try to point him to the video of Hogue Law and say, hey, this is what could have helped you not think that everybody was jumping off a cliff with Ubisoft. It didn't turn out well. We got in a discussion, and again, I'll pull those videos up and we'll include those at the end. So let's click on the next step. So the next step says copyright notification, and there's a bunch of what it is, and has to be submitted by the original uploader. Only submit a counter notice if your video was taken down due to a mistake or misidentification of the content, including fair use. Well, when somebody gives you consent, says, sure, go ahead, do it. Yeah, it's fine. That's more than fair use. That's permission to use it. Do not submit a counter-strike notification for any other reason. So, because of fair use, I have to say it's fair use. Well, that falls in a different category. Can I go any further and do Ubisoft? This is all legalese. Everything has to be dotted. Everything has to be crossed off. Every T has to be, have that T crossed off. Every I has to be dotted. And I'm not a lawyer. So this next step, I have to wait till Tuesday to actually hit the button. I wanted to hit it today. I wanted you guys to see this semi-live, taped, but I have to wait for legal advice, and they're not open till Tuesday. So the criminal and legal things can't start till Tuesday morning. So in my correspondence with EK1 Gaming, I gave him a list of what I demanded in return for, and my proposal of what I expect to happen. So now it's time to show you the correspondence, and I'm going to have to edit this because there's portions of this that I'm going to have to block out. I can't show you any of his personal information, and he can't show any of mine. That's illegal. That's a violation. That falls into another thing. he can't show my address because he has an address, or because he now knows my email, because we had to legally transact to try to resolve this peacefully. Okay, so in this, here's what happened. So I'm going to show you first email. And again, there's going to be some retraction on here on his name that he uses. This is my first correspondence with him according to YouTube. And it says, the channel was never about taking anything away from you or anyone else. Here's his answer. Here's my reply to his first answer. Here's his rebuttal to my second reply. Here's his rebuttal on Friday. And here is his response. Saturday morning, this is his response. Now, my question to the general public, do you think he really intended to ever give the page back to undo this? So here is my lengthy last correspondence, and will be my last correspondence without a lawyer, without an official channel, to one EK1 Gaming. So let me hit some of the highlights that I'm going to show you in here. In this correspondence back and forth, when it was first presented, EK1 Gaming originally admits the reason why he did what he did. And let me show you that. Again, I stated earlier that I got one of my videos back. So here is the response to that. If somebody claims otherwise, here's the proof. And at this time, what I'm going to do while you're staring at this screen, I'm going to play you the video that was on my thing without the visuals, of course. This is the reinstated part of the video. Now, if I was monetized, then I would have an option to remove that portion where he is in the video and everything would be fine. But because I'm not monetized, I'm just a new guy, I'm a small guy on the block, I don't have that option. I can't do that. So it is a David versus Goliath kind of thing. So the odds are kind of stacked against me, but I'm not gonna stop what's right. I asked him to do what's right. I've even apologized. Maybe I shouldn't have got on there and laid it on a little too thick for his liking. I didn't know that he was going to be that touchy. I really didn't. He's laid it on pretty thick in his videos on other people. I figured, man can take it. He's got 50,000 views. He will take a little criticism and he'll just either blow me off because I'm a little guy and go on his merry way, or he will say, you know, hey, I got followers, whatever. I really did not expect him to act this way. And you can tell when you listen, hear what I say about him. I agree that we've had disagreements. I've agreed that he is a different style, totally different style, caters to different people than I would ever cater to. And I congratulate him for that. There's rules and rules to be enforced, and that's the way you should play. Period. So here's the video. The audio of the video. Okay. Don't really want to go through this again and give him an opportunity to make life tougher than it already is. So here it is. I think he says something like, let's go. It's EK1 Gaming in here. This week he's not penalized at all. No glitches, no cheats, no nothing to be penalized for. So he makes a solid showing with 24 points, tied with the next two guys for that position. Congratulations, EK1 Gaming, for great content and hard work this week. Please check his channel out. He is a solid content creator. Don't always see eye to eye with some of his philosophy and the way he plays his game, but he has followers that really enjoy the way he puts it. So kudos to him for finding his niche in the game, even though it is not in line with some of us, and especially me. But when he plays it correctly and plays by the rules that's set out at the beginning of the beginning of the video, he is solidly up here. It's not his first time on this list, and I'm sure it won't be his last. Here's an audio from a second video. The only other one where EK Gaming had made the top 13 countdown. It is a different week. I won't specify in case he tries to go hunting. It's an unspecified week at this point. I'm not going to do him any favors. But here's the audio. I'm less friendly maybe than I was in week 9, but I still give him a shout out. Still tell him how I still stick to my guns on this one. When he does it right, when he does his content right, not about cheats, not about this, he can make some damn good videos and he can entertain, and the people that follow him like him. He's got personality. He's he's got something, okay? People like him for what he is, whatever that is. And that's awesome. And that's the whole thing that I wanted to do with my program. I wanted to highlight each and every hardworking content creator, and even the ones that aren't. I highlighted before people that were not making videos but used to, encouraging them, hey, make videos again, come back to the game. And this is what the community was all about. It was trying to give that quote unquote love. This guy has made it a nightmare because, not copyright infringement, which he is alleging, it's because I disagreed with him on his page, and he said, even though he admits in the emails that you read, I could never do any damage to his page. And I don't want to do damage to his page. I want him to be an informed journalist and understand. It would be great if he would have done a retraction video the day that everybody got banned and said, I don't agree with this. I think it's bogus. I think it's this. I never thought this was going to happen, but I was wrong. He didn't do that. I remember watching his video that day in just shock, thinking, man, all these people are going to kill him because they lost all this stuff. Not only did they lose the next week coming up, they've lost everything they've been cheating with or for. And a lot of stuff was really bad. A lot of stuff that they didn't cheat for. They lost a blank area. And it's mostly because of this guy. So I had issue with that. And you'll hear in this video, I have a small issue with it. But I didn't call him names. I wasn't even mean. I just disagreed with him. I see things different from him. I respect that we're different. That's fine. But obviously, he can't respect somebody that has a different opinion himself. Let him show you how mean I was. He keeps saying this, but let him show you the proof. He can't. He took the video down. He took my comments down. He took the stuff that he alleged out of his... Nobody can see it. I doubt he can even see it. So I went through the emails and YouTube, and when I've tried to pull up the correspondence, it's not there. So I don't know when he took it down and blocked me that it just wiped all that stuff out. I can't even review it anymore. So again, here's the video from another week that he was featured. And again, not blasphemous in any way. I was very supportive of him, and I tried to be very supportive of every content creator, if I agree with them or not. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to say that everything is hunky-dory when it's not. So here it is. EK Gaming is back and in 9th place this week. Now, EK had a lot of run-in with things that we subject to. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, check it out. But EK Gaming did 10 videos this week. No penalties, no nothing. Legitimate videos. And about Division 2, that's the other requirement. All the videos that are judged or get points have to be about Division 2. And he ended up with 17 points out of those 10 videos. So congratulations, EK1, for 9th place. So those are the facts, as all the evidence that I have and can see. Now there's other things that got sent to me, people that were, say, friends of his and friends of people that were friends of mine, and there was a lot of stuff going back and forth. And I'm not going to show that kind of stuff here. I don't want nor tolerate nor expect nor anything happening against him other than he leave it alone and admit that he did wrong, which I don't ever expect that he'll do. I don't expect he'll do that. He'll say he's one of those guys that go to prison and spend 40 years out there and say that he was completely innocent. He strikes me as that kind of guy. Now, I may be wrong. Let me say that again. I may be wrong. I do not know the man that much. But my dealings with him and other people, the hearsay of it, that other people have had bad dealings with this guy, is not good. And I made a promise. I made a commitment. I made an agreement and I threw it out there. And then I made a stand. And I told him if he didn't correct this wrong, I was going to do exactly what I'm doing right now. I was going to fight him with everything that I have. And a lot of that is we're content creators. We're journalists. So why not use the journalistic integrity and stuff? What I've tried to do here is display nothing but the facts. I've waited a few hours, tried to keep every emotion out of this. And it's been an emotional week. It's been tough. And a lot of it has been ignorance on my part. I've never experienced anything like this. I've been pretty much a Boy Scout my life, in the military. And, I knew I was going in the military when I was at Southmore in school. I've always done the right thing. But I've also realized that maybe I didn't say the right thing. And, in this situation, obviously, I was Don Quixote, tackle on windmills. This isn't my monkey. I guess it's not my circus. I could have left this completely alone and let other people deal with this. But I'm thankful that it happened to the point it educated me on a lot of issues concerning what we do. And in the future, I'm going to help other content creators by making a few videos a week designed to help a new video maker be able to stand up against somebody that is just throwing their weight around against new people because they can. Maybe he knows because I'm not monetized, I can't really edit it and put it right back out. The whole point is, it also showed me something that another content creator kind of warned me about, that, if somebody does something like this, you're kind of hanging out there because, you got a lot of trust going there. I said, but everybody's saying they love it, It's not the buzz of the community yet, and it may never be. I'm not full of self grandeur, but I want you to. I want to say thank you. It is approaching an hour video now, and never thought I would be making an hour video. But people, Vibes did a stream today and just ended it a few hours ago for 24 hours. And congratulates Vibes. And I pretty much was on my phone monitoring him and making sure he was doing okay, giving him support. And I hope you do too. He does Player State of the Game. And that's another thing. Talking about Player State of the Game. I gave shout outs for weeks since this man was part of the very first Player State of the Game featured by Vibes. Again, no complaints about that. And I didn't say a bad thing about him. Okay? It was all promotion because that was something Vibes was doing and should get some good attention to. So, sorry to close it out this way, but those are the facts. This is the David versus Goliath kind of story. Maybe it's not that dramatic. Definitely don't feel like I threw a rock up against his head and cut his head off. Nor would I want to. I don't want his channel. I want him to do whatever he does. Now, if he grows a conscience and starts watching out for his people, that's awesome. If this somehow gets him to think maybe just a split second before he makes a video that gets everybody all worked up, then great. But I believe that I've taken it to you, the people, whoever watches this, be it 1, 2, or, a few hundred. If you watch this video, you can come up with your own conclusions. I give the credit to each and every one of you that you can come up with your conclusions of what happened here and why it happened and who's at fault. I said to him when this process started and got really ugly, nobody's going to win in this process. This is not something the community, the game, content creators, or the internet, or anybody involved in anything like this needs in their life. Now, maybe there's somebody else out there that enjoys this drama, not me. So if anybody really enjoys it, volunteer, you can be the next one. But again, my stance is, needed to put that out there. I made a commitment and a promise that if the right thing didn't happen, that I would use everything in my power. And at this point, this is the power I have. And like I say, come Tuesday, I'm pursuing other things to see what my options are on legal and maybe even criminal acts that this person's done. And I will start a fight with defending what happened and why I did what I did with YouTube so that my record is blemish free. So, again, anybody out there that wants to do retaliation on his part or my part or anything like that, that in itself is a criminal enterprise. I don't want you guys to say anything to him at all. I do have a bad taste in my mouth for him right now. Doesn't mean I hate him. I don't like the behavior, period. That's it. I don't even know the man. So the whole point is, if he did content correctly, and most of the time he does, and he provides a service, and he has a lot of followers. The majority isn't always right, so a lot of people would say our president here in the United States has a lot of people that follow him that are just crazy, hooligan, redneck, whatever. And I am not calling anybody's fans or support anything. Okay? Let me make that clear. Nothing. He has a niche, and people like his niche, or he wouldn't have 50,000 followers. Now, if tomorrow we wake up and he has 20,000 followers, well, wow, that would say a lot. But that's not what I want. All I wanted was somebody to keep their word. That somebody that did not care if I used their icon for 2 months. He knew about it the whole time. And for me, our conversation, I had his permission. And again, now I have written permission coming in from each one of these. And that's taking time. There's a lot of these guys that haven't been making content. So until they do, I can't include anything about them other than their name and talk about them. It'll be dead space or some picture of a sunset or something. So it's changed a lot. I've been told by a lot of people, Vibes, NGN, Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer, Kamikaze Van Doom, Jacob R24. The list goes on. Keep up the good work. People aren't seeing enough of your stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And it was worth the work at that point. Just those compliments. It's been frustrating to go, wow, I'm doing all this hard work and everybody else, some of these other guys are throwing out, just stream videos, getting on there and just chatting and having a good old time, and they got 20,000 subs. They're making money, they're doing things. But they also had some time to do that, and they had a community behind them. I'm new. So you new content creators, if you've suffered through this long, keep in tune with my page, because I'm going to try to make at least one video a week of the content side of making content here in Division 2. What I go through, things that I can do better, things I'm learning. Hopefully nothing like this. Hopefully this is the biggest education I ever get on somebody trying to demonetize accounts, which I'm not even monetized, or take accounts down, or being cyberbullied, or being tried to be hushed because they feel they can. So with that said, this is Bear Buyers. This is Bear Essentials, and I want to thank each and every one of you. It's been amazing on the support that's been thrown my way, just on little words of saying that's not right. So here's the evidence. You judge, and I open myself up to comments, and I'm expecting some lashback, and I'm going to show somebody else, Mr. We won't mention his name at this point. I'm going to show him how to man up on some of that stuff. I'm sorry, my comments that his behavior was half-baked, uninformed, or less informed than it should have been. And may I add another word that I didn't use on his page and use it here. Because we are content creators and journalists, it was irresponsible. I know for a fact of at least 2 people that contacted me and said, I'm quitting the game. And they uninstalled. Now, luckily, they didn't quit Xbox. And I was able to talk to them, show them the video, show them the video I made the other day, and they reinstalled the game. Wasted 4 hours of their time reinstalling the game, but they reinstalled the game, and they're back playing today. So thank you, Hoglaw. Thank you, Upper Echelon. Thank you, Born to Game, even though I know you're real better with the Division 2, and there's reasons why some of you can be very better with this game. I'm not taking that away from nobody. And thank you, EK1 Gaming, for a education by fire. And I wish you the best. And I hope and pray that the Lord takes care of you each and every day. Because there's forgiveness here. Repent and change your ways. Have a nice day.